Hey guys, Han here. I want to bring you a replay of a T37 game that I had on Overlord. I want to preface this by saying I am not one of your elite purple players here in the World of Tanks world. I am an above average player, but I think I've got a few things to offer. So we're going to take a look at this T37 game on Overlord. Everybody likes to talk WN8, WN8, you know, everybody's always competing for a better WN8 score, overall ratings basically. So this game right here is a 20,000 WN8 game. It's the highest WN8 game I've had of any game in World of Tanks. And it's one of my favorite tanks, the T37, which I am grinding to my third mark on. So we're on Overlord here, and we'll start off by saying I got very lucky right there that Artie wasn't pre-aimed at my spot, and that the Chaffee didn't take a couple shots at me, and there were no TDs pre-aimed at my spot either, as I focused on the P43 while I got lit by the Chaffee, and I stayed up there just a little too long. Now this game is a little slow here at the beginning. Just a little slow. There's not a whole lot going on. I'm trying to figure out where my team is and what they're doing. And trying to figure out what the enemy team is doing. And quickly we find ourselves, we're down 2 tanks already.
Ready to fire. Let's find another target.
And you'll notice that I use auto aim a lot, especially my light tanks, because I am usually mobile and I am usually shooting things on the run, trying to circle, doing all those fun things. Now we've come back a little bit. We're tied 3-3, and this is pretty much how this game's going to go. It's going to stay pretty tight the rest of the way. Now, you notice I still haven't done anything. I'm going to take my first shot of the game here. I knew as soon as I fired, or before I fired, that I was going to get lit for taking that shot, but I wanted to start the damage. So I'm looking at our positioning here for the team, and we just lost a Stug in the back, and we're about to lose a KV2 here because there's 3 heavy tanks from the enemy team pushing, and our archer's going to get hosed because a medium tank has made it all the way down the beach and is now just going to farm our archer. And I know we always yell at players for going beach, but this PZ made a good play, and pretty close to a game-changing play, basically, for his team. He finished taking out the TDs on that line, so now the heavies are free to roam. There is nobody within that half of the map. If you split the map down the 5-6 line, they own the whole thing. So now we're back down 2 tanks again, and I'm thinking, at least in my thoughts during this game, is that I can sit here and farm these heavies from the bushes as they come around. The problem is these heavies have a combined 1,500 hit points over there, 1,600. No way I get 1,600 damage in before I get shot by one of them, so that's a problem. Now down 3 tanks, and this is where their KV1S makes a huge mistake. So he pushes in here, and you guys can see the mobility of this tank, also using some in-game obstacles. Watch this next shot from the KV1S. I try and plan it so that he hits this artillery, whatever, in-game thing. And he does, and that saves me from getting shot. So I switch to gold because I'm shooting the front end of his tank now, and it's over. I'm going to auto-aim on this P43 and go kill him. My thoughts were to kill him and then the Chaffee, and then deal with the OI and the Bishop, and again, auto-aim. The Chaffee hit my tracks there, and that really sucks for him. So now it's me and 2 Artie left against 3 heavy tanks and 2 artillery up there. Fortunately for me, my left spots this OI, experimental, the tier 5 OI. Also spots the 150 and pays the price for it. So while I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, where's that OI? He's going to rumble across the middle and come over this berm and just hammer me, right? But I spot the OI Express again, so I'm going to take that chance that the OI is there. Sadly, I get spotted there. Tier 5 heavy tank. So now I know I'm in a world of trouble. Already fires and misses, you can hear that in the background. Spot the 150, and I'm thinking, do I need to shoot the 150? Can I shoot the 150? Could probably put a couple into it, but I hit a out, and now the OI's. We're gonna see just how lucky I get again, because the OI missed. That's probably a one-shot kill right there for him. Both Artie's met, and the OI screwed because he won't reload before I kill him.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And now again, in my thoughts during this game, I'm thinking I have to go take care of Artie, right? I can't circle and shoot a T-150 5 times while there's still 2 Artie. They can shoot me while I'm doing that. Because when I'm circling that 150, my moves are pretty much predicted for me. And everybody's going to know exactly where I'm going, because it's not like I can stop and change directions when a guy's trying to turn his turret and turn his tank to shoot me. So we're still down 2 tanks here, and it's just me left versus 2 Artie, and I spot one,
Ready to fire.
and that's very beneficial to me. Because he was sitting behind a house, he couldn't shoot me. Bishop fires at me and misses. I know that I'm safe in the 150, so I stop to make sure I don't screw that last shot up. I'm going to make them think that I'm capping, or at least give them my position. I think when I was thinking on here is I want them to know where I'm at, even though the Artie spotted me. But I also know that I went dark before I got off there. Now I thought about going beach because I think the Bishop's down there. But I decided I want to go make sure where the 150 is before I hunt down the Bishop, and the 150 gives me his location. Now this is where things get really interesting, because I should spot him here, or I should spot him from this bush up here, and I don't. And I remember getting very, very frustrated at that. So I know I have to push in, because I can't go hunt the Bishop and shoot the 150. Actually, you know what I think I was thinking is that since I didn't spot him from up there, I was thinking maybe it was the Bishop with a camo net. Now the 150 just fired and missed me, and that's beneficial to me. If one of those shots from a distance would have pinned, I would have finished this game for him. But because I have to make a second run at him, I know I'm going to get shot. I just hope he doesn't ammo me.
Enemy is hit. We didn't even scratch them. Enemy armor is destroyed. Where'd
But
they go?
fortunately, I mean, I was at full health, so I could take that hit. And I knew I could as long as he didn't ammo rack me. So now I think that the Bishop is on the beach because that last shot felt like it came from the beach. And we're going to speed this up a little bit because he is not on the beach. So my only options here, instead of searching him out, because if he's in a camo net, there's a good chance, even though I'm in a light tank with a full camo crew and a really solid crew in this game, that he spots me. And I am definitely a one-shot for him. So I'm going to have to force him to come out of hiding. And I'm okay with that. I do decide that I shouldn't sit anywhere obvious. Now he fires that first bush up there and he misses, and I'm thinking, well, if he missed that bush and he fires at this bush, he's gonna hit me. So I'm gonna move, and then I spot, and that's pretty much game over. I do make one mistake here. I could have just sat here and farmed, which I probably should have, but I thought he was gonna light me.
That one bounced. Enemy is
And
hit.
again, I can sit here and farm him, but I do lose sight of him.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And he didn't spot me there, so I should have just froze, right? But he fired, so I'm thinking I have enough time to close the gap and make this next shot really count. but he spots me, and it's a good thing I moved because he was loaded. So anyway, that's the game. We'll take a look at the end plates here. And again, this was a 20,000 WN8. So here's where we ended up. So the T37 Ace tanker. Got a Radley's a high caliber. You guys can see that I did 2,246 damage. 2,819 damage, I'm sorry. That was good for 1,497 base XP for the Ace. And then down here, I took the post-game stats from my in-game. So victory, obviously. Bonds received was 6. I made 47,000 credits. Top gun, high caliber, Radley-Walters, Pascucci's, Ace tanker. I spent a lot of money on ammunition and consumables. Lost 54,000 credits overall, but look at the WN8 score. 20,324. So that's the game in a nutshell, guys. I really hope you appreciated watching this. The replay link, if you want to download and watch it in your own, will be posted in the description down below. Thanks for tuning in.